repeal and replace Obamacare, we will destroy American health care forever. It's one of the single most important reasons why we must win on November 8th.
Well, I learned way back in elementary school, and I learned it in Sunday school. You know, it's not okay to insult people. It's not okay. And look at what he does. He calls women ugly, disgusting, nasty all the time. He calls women pigs. Rates bodies on a scale from 1 to 10.
That's the campaign trail today. Here is the latest in the polls. The latest poll that is a tracking poll, ABC Washington Post, which puts Donald Trump up 46-45 in the four-way race. Interestingly, voting early versus on Election Day, and here you see the breakdown. Hillary Clinton 54-41. Donald Trump, likely voters on Election Day 50-39. And then enthusiastic, tracking very enthusiastic about a candidate. And you see Saturday, Sunday, Donald Trump 53-43, and that changed from Thursday, Friday, 53-51. Here are the candidates today. Sometimes it tells us what they're doing as far as the campaign's focus. Donald Trump in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. His VP nominee, Mike Pence, also in Pennsylvania twice with 2 stops. Hillary Clinton in Dade City, Florida. 3 stops in Florida today. Bill Clinton also in Florida. Tim Kaine in Appleton, Wisconsin and Madison, Wisconsin. President Obama in Columbus, Ohio. Vice President Biden in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Bernie Sanders in Portland, Maine. Maine has had a lot of people there this year for 2 electoral votes. Let's bring in our panel. Mercedes Schlapp, columnist for the Washington Times. A.B. Stoddard, associate editor at Real Clear Politics, and syndicated columnist Charles Krauthammer. Okay, a lot has happened, Mercedes, over a short time. The question is, how much is it changing the map?
That's a great question. I mean, you would think there's been such a huge turn of events with the FBI reopening the case, WikiLeaks exposing a lot of this corruption of what the Clinton campaign advisors have been talking about, whether it's Podesta dumping the emails. I think that, look, there's a real challenge here, which is that although the Democrats are feeling this anxiety, there's this panic mode right now within the Democratic Party, within the Clinton camp, they're still feeling pretty confident about the electoral map. For Trump, it is critical for him to either get, besides those 6 key battleground states, Florida, Iowa, North Carolina, I mean, you're talking Maine, Ohio, Nevada, the 3 other states he's got to be looking at, that's only 266 electoral votes plus everything else that Romney won. It's going to be, what, Pennsylvania, Colorado, or New Hampshire?
Michigan,
those are still, or Michigan. That's still a bit of an uphill battle, but that is where I think you're going to see the campaign, the Trump campaign focusing on. And if he's able to deliver that message that he did today on Obamacare, on trade, very effective, on message, I think it could definitely help him. Whether he can win it, that's a different story.
What's interesting, AB, is that the Trump message today was really on Obamacare and jobs, and he largely stuck to the script almost completely. The Hillary Clinton message today was about women and temperament and what he says about women and has in the past. And it coincided with an ad that they put out today.
Yeah, well, let's start with Trump. I thought it was very effective to focus on Obamacare, and I actually think this issue was moving the polls away from Hillary Clinton last week, even before the big shocker on Friday.
We should point out today's
FBI.
the open enrollment day for Obamacare.
Right,
November
and
1st.
these premium hikes have been just devastating. Really, she can't defend them. He's been campaigning on them for over a week. In the right places, and it's going to be a huge issue, I think, when you look back at the exit polling after the results come in. Hillary Clinton has no choice but to finish this campaign, although she wanted to end on sort of a give the voters something about me pitch. She can't. She's trying to deflect away from the FBI. She's spending too much time talking about Jim Comey. So she needs to go back to scaring Republican women who are never going to vote for Trump into getting in the car and supporting her. And that's why she's using Alicia Machado and all this other stuff. It's not what she wanted to do.
It's not a motivating
but
message,
they
right?
think it's the only base play they've got.
That's the base play. All right, Charles, Mercedes mentioned the Podesta email that was in WikiLeaks today. Here it is, email chain 1. It's an exchange between John Podesta and Cheryl Mills, former chief of staff for Hillary Clinton. This comes on March 2nd, the day in 2015, the day the New York Times breaks the story about the emails. John Podesta says, "We are going to have to dump all those emails, so better do so sooner than later. Cheryl Mills responds, think you just got your new nickname. Now, the campaign, asked about this, said he was talking about dump, meaning get out the emails, release them. The problem is that what happened? I mean, they chose to release some, and then they destroyed 33,000 of them with the bleach bit. The other problem is, well, a couple problems. One is they, by commenting on this email, authenticated the email and the emails that they haven't done before. And the other thing is, if they were going to dump the emails, they would have been dumping classified information.
There is a word, if you want to release emails, there is a word for that. It's called release. He didn't use the word release. He used the word dump. Dump means you're releasing something, but you're doing it in a way that it will disappear. Now, it seems to me quite obvious what's going on here. The instinctive reaction of the Clinton campaign, again, reflecting the candidate herself, is to dump, is to hide, is to cover. That's been the way the Clintons have operated for 30 years, and that's what they ended up doing. They ended up segregating 30,000 emails and then destroying them so that, as Trey Gowdy said, even God can't read them now. Look, what's happening here is she is now drowning in the cumulative effect of the WikiLeaks and of the FBI deal. She can't get her message out. I think AB's exactly right. When you have to bring Alicia Machado back on stage 3 weeks later, or is it now 4 weeks later, that shows you got nothing left in the tank. This is a desperation move. It's her only move, because nothing she says can escape the black hole of all this incoming ammunition. We are looking at all of the weeds and the details of this. Nobody is out there, but what they see is cover up, concealment, and perhaps even lying. I mean, there's no way out of that.
If you give them the benefit of the doubt about the dump and you say that they're just trying to get it out, it's still, to Charles' point, messy. And I said today, somebody asked me, and I said it's like Donald Trump's Superstorm Sandy, in that it happens right before an election, and it fits the narrative. Like President Obama was saying, I get things done and I work across the aisle. And he shows up in New Jersey and hugs Chris Christie, and suddenly that fits.
It's perception.
Well, this kind of malaise about the Clintons on a number of fronts fits the narrative that Trump's been talking about on the trail.
It's a perception of the deceit, of the cover-up, of the dishonesty, of why we can't trust Hillary Clinton. And that's becoming, I think, just so central to this election, and the fact that Hillary Clinton is not giving a good enough answer, period. She's trying to run out the clock. She hopes that she can get through Election Day by just focusing on Donald Trump. It just leaves the Americans thinking, well, also you have the DOJ serving as sort of the political arm of the Clinton campaign. It's messy. It's why American voters are feeling they can't trust the government. And it's why Hillary Clinton is right now basically trying to have a lifesaver out there to see if she can get through this election and win.